Hello, this is my Chapter 5 Artifact Outline presentation, and Chapter 5 was about recording the information and documenting it after we've collected it through the types of assessment that we talked about in Chapter 4. So there are different types of ways to record the information. There are records that describe, and those include narrative records, anecdotal records, and jottings. Narrative records, according to the text, is detailed story-like descriptions of what occurred. Anecdotal records are shorter versions of that, and jottings are just that, just short little notes, sometimes pictures to describe what you're observing. The strengths and limitations associated with narrative types of recordings. The strengths are they require minimum equipment and preparation. The notes can vary in length and detail, and written accounts preserve the context and sequence of events. The limitations of narrative records, that they take time and attention from the teacher. They can detract from real-time interaction with the children, and recording after the event may be unreliable. So then there are graphic records, which are photos, diagrams, and sketches. The strengths of graphic records is that they capture evidence about a product that can't be saved and preserve details of the process, including revisions. They can be used in almost any domain, and photos and sketches are quick and easy and need less advanced preparation. The limitations of graphic records require written annotation to provide context and detail, and the children need time to get used to cameras, like if you're taking pictures. That leads me to audio and video records. The strengths are they record exactly what occurred. They can be listened to and viewed repeatedly by multiple people. They provide backup evidence for other records, and it's an easy way to involve parents and children. The limitations of that is that the amount of data can be overwhelming, and the process could be disruptive to the classroom. Procedures that count, such as checklists, frequency counts, participation charts, and rating scales and rubrics. Checklists have strengths that they can record a large amount of information quickly. It's versatile and easily interpreted. It can be ongoing. It can track progress and can be used by others. The limitations are that it can be oversimplified and not representative of the learning that's taking place. Frequency counts, the strengths are good at documenting a rate of change, and recording can be done unobtrusively during regular activities. Limitations, do not document the sequence of events or the events in their entirety. Infrequent behavior is not documented accurately, and it's limited to one child or no more than 3 behaviors at a time. Rating scales and rubrics, strengths are quick and systematic. More than one rater can use them. They're a quick way to record another person's opinion, and well-constructed rubrics are easy to translate into curriculum. The limitations are that good rating scales and rubrics are hard to construct. They can be subjective, there can be rater bias, and they can be incomplete in their information. Participation charts, strengths are they're simple and quick. Children can self-report, and other adults can record information. The limitations are the rate of participation does not always reflect the learning, and participation may give the wrong impression. Participation or lack thereof, I guess. So when you're recording information, it's best to think about what's being assessed, the timing, and the amount of detail that's included, and practical considerations. Again, one of the trends that I saw in this chapter was the use of authentic assessment, and that goes back to the conversation that we had about windows. It's much better to observe that a child can count with one-to-one correspondence as they're playing a game in a learning center, or counting bears in a learning center, something that you haven't tasked them with it. You're just observing that they've done it. That's an authentic assessment. And then to be able to apply these things to my role as an educator, the biggest takeaway for this chapter was kind of the breakdown, producing the outline associated with this video, and the breakdown that kind of gives you the pros and cons of each, and you can then know when to use them. Maybe sometimes you have to pick a checklist because that's all that you have time for. Or maybe you have an opportunity to review a rubric and construct your curriculum that way, or look at your curriculum and do the process in reverse to make an effective rubric. So once again, the subject matter of the assessing and the observation and the recording of the data just continues to, can be a little daunting in terms of execution, but I think as we learn more and break it down, then it gets easier to apply. Thanks.